But first, I'm off to find out a little more about energy healing at Dreamcatchers in Cavan Town. Well, Maria, tell us, how did you get involved in energy work?
Well, Karina, that goes back around 40 years ago, maybe even longer, way back, even as far as my childhood. But the neighbours and that used to come to the house, and we used to have little nights in, and it was all fun. And then when I got a little bit older, I went and I seeked out guidance and direction on how to deliver my gift properly. And then I found out that everyone has this gift. Anyone can do it. All you need to do is actually, go and take the guidance and the direction and
tap into it almost.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, I've just had a really lovely session of Reiki with you there. Tell me what you did.
Well, Karina, we have 7 centres in the body. They're called the chakra centres. And actually we have chakra candles here. And if you just look at the little symbols on each candle, this would start like the crown.
And the crown is here, the top of the head.
Then you have your third eye just in between your eyebrows and your throat and your heart. Solar plexus is just above the waistline, and sacral chakra is just below the waistline, and then you have your base, which would be the tailbone. And this is the way it works, and I would be tuning in to each energy point in your body.
So as you're placing those crystals on my body at different points, it's almost like you're trying to stimulate the chakras and say, look guys, get ready, we're going to do a little bit of work here.
Yeah, like as we go through life, stress, our chakras are like little wheels that turn. Now we've thousands of them in our body, but these 7 are the 7 main ones, and they're like a little wheel that turns. And if you think of a cartwheel turning, and if one of the little spikes in the cartwheel broken, it puts the rest of the spikes under pressure. So when we have stress in our life, that's what happens to our main chakras. And a little healing, what I've done on Ukraine, is something that repairs that little spike and brings it back to balance.
Now you noticed, I suppose, a little misalignment or a little stress in my throat chakra and also my third eye. So what would you suggest in this case? Now something I suppose that I'm interested in as well are these fabulous precious stones and crystals that you have here. Tell us about these and how these can also help to heal the body.
Okay, well the crystals come from the earth and they have healing properties. Now for you, I found your throat chakra, possibly because of your job, what you do, you'll be using the throat, and your third eye, again, your job. Mm-hmm. So basically really for your throat, you would use the blue lace agate.
Give us a look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful stone. So would I have to wear that around my throat? Would I sit with it maybe for half an hour relaxing? What's the best way to use these healing crystals to their full potential?
Okay, well first of all, you don't have to do anything.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, well, I like to try things though.
You can, yeah. These would help your throat. So what you would do is you could sit and fiddle with it. Mm-hmm. If you're talking to someone, have it in your pocket. The little sharp edges will take the stress. Rather than it go to the throat chakra, it will go to
into
this.
The stone.
And the stone, you will take the energy out of the stone.
You have a fabulous knowledge as well. You have a great knowledge. You've been interested in studying this for years.
40 years of studying and knowledge in quite a few different areas. This road you could go down several different areas in it.
Tell us what you're qualified in.
I'm a Reiki Psyche Master teacher. I'm also a teacher in Cathara. There's no end of stuff. Astrology, connecting with your angels, reading the angel cards.
Well, let's talk about that, because we just did a lovely reading as well, an angel reading. So you would have people come in here for some guidance, maybe when they have an issue going on in life, or maybe not, just to see how they're doing. Tell us about my reading.
Well, your reading I thought was lovely. And I'm delighted to say that the newcomer in the card was a nice looking guy, because you said it looked like your boyfriend.
That was true. Even the cameraman agrees.
But also you have obviously tapped into this area at some stage in your life, because Archangel Raphael come up in your reading and you had the green tips and you were tapping into the old knowledge. So you possibly have some knowledge in some area of this possibly maybe in massage therapy or kinesiology or some area like that, you know, or even possibly the stones. You would know for yourself. But it did come up in that area. And also what I would say, really looking at your angel card reading today, I would say that the future looks quite good for you, especially your love life.
Great. And there's the possibility of children as well, and a loving man.
I've seen a lovely little boy and girl there. And I seen, it was either, I feel a granddad very much around them, you know, protecting them, you know, lovely, close family, beautiful.
I mean, something else which I had never heard of, and you said to me, Karina, maybe you'd write down your name and your date of birth.
Yeah,
this is another string to your very full bow, Mairead. Tell me what that is.
Well, your handwriting is graphology, and when you write your name, it is personal to you. So we have like a chemical in our brain, and we think of how life is. How's my life? And when we go to write our name, it's very, very personal. So that chemical comes down into our hand and into our writing. Now, we write the way we think our life is. We can change our life, because when we put our name, we're printing it on paper. And when you print something on paper, you're mentally saying, that's it, that's the way it is. But when you can change the way you write, you can change your life, because that chemical goes back up into the brain and says, I'm not putting up with this, I want it this way.
Well, listen, I've thoroughly enjoyed meeting you, Mairead, visiting Dreamcatchers here in Cavan. People can come in and chat to you about a whole host of things, and you're an absolute lovely lady. Thank you so much for chatting to us.
Thank you, Karina. Thank you.